well, we're talking about two different things. We're talking about the God standard, and we're talking about what do we do if you fall short of God's standard, and those are two separate things. So I
Mhm.
don't want I don't want to condone that it's okay to fall short of God's standard. There's consequences for that.
Mhm.
Are there are many of them, right? And I have a
Mhm.
men. If you go to my link tree / Will Spencer, I have a men's chastity guide that gives 13 reasons why men should be absolutely chaste prior to marriage, and they're all there, and you can read them. And so there are 13 different, even material reasons that you can pick through. However, people do fall short all the time. So in that case, and I'm not condoning it, but it is a reality. So what do you do in that situation? I think repenting is one, and stopping it. Like
Yes.
keep your hands off each other. Confess to your
Mhm.
pastor, confess to your family, confess to your friends, and let them know that you've fallen short, and then try and do it right from that point forward. But
Mhm.
like I think the idea, like, around like that you should marry the best sex of your life, yes, because it should be the only sex you've ever had. But thinking about it in other terms, it's like, okay, you want to make sure that your physical relationship with your spouse is fulfilling for both of you, which is why you have that conversation. And it's so awkward to be talking about sex in our culture because we have all these mixed up ideas about it. But you have to talk about it in a very rational way. Like, what are your expectations? What is it that's important to you? So insofar as you know yourself, that side of yourself, and you just have that conversation very openly. And I think that women can be pretty intuitive when it comes to men and that aspect of masculinity. But I don't think sampling to check is a great idea. And I think I would
Mhm.
also say that a man who's capable of restraining himself through the entire courtship process, that's a man who's going to honor you properly in the way that you need, in the ways that you'll need, because he's honoring himself. And so I think premarital chastity addresses all of these if you're willing to be courageous in your approach to the subject, which not a lot of people are. And that's where I think people go wrong. It's like, I don't want to bring up this topic because it's going to be super awkward and stuff. It's like, well, if you're going to leave something in the dark and just hope that magically it all works out when you're married, you have to be braver than that. God calls us to be braver than that, and to
Mhm.
confront these subjects with truth, speaking truth in love.